was interesting in terms of that turning point for Malaki Branham. One of these guys, a prototypical wing scorer, got to get better defensively. I know the Cavaliers had him in. That was one of the points of emphasis they wanted him to work on. He goes to San Antonio. Your thoughts here on Malaki Branham going to the Spurs?
Well, first, he was best available on my board at this point. That's an automatic A+. He's a wing with size who can shot create at a pretty high level. This is not somebody who, coming out of high school, I think we thought was going to be a one-and-done first-round pick. But boy, in the second half of that season at Ohio State, he was taking over games and really operating at a high level. So I love this. I had him as a top 16 prospect in this draft. You get him this low, you got a nice piece.
No, you're 100% right. Coming out of high school, he's someone that we actually thought was a combo forward type, long and strong. His best offense was in the open floor. He was a mid-range shooter, but not necessarily a three-point shooter. This year, he exceeded all expectations, and as you alluded to, continued to get better as the year went on. Turned out to be much more of a big guard and much more of a shooter than anyone was anticipating.
Yeah, when you got to listen to his coach, and I know sometimes I've been in this situation with players that were in draft spots and you want to speak highly of your players. Chris Holtman, his coach, talked about he can get to his spots whenever he wants to get to those spots. And he's very efficient, a very offensively creative type of a player. His body will transfer. I think he's a little bit more mature than his age. Obviously, played in a big-time program, not just a football school anymore, but a very elite basketball program. But I think, you know, this is a well-conditioned guy. So you see some of the guys, especially, you know, in their first year in college or whatever, they wear down as the season goes on. I think he got stronger as the year wore on.
All right, so Malaki Branham, 20th overall. You like this pick better than their ninth selection, Jeremy Sohan?
Don't put words in my mouth. Don't put words in my mouth. You know, Coach Popovich, that's my mentor now.
I know.
He's watching.
But he's going
right
to call
now.
you. He's going to ask you for a post-draft analysis.
No, what I said was that pick was probably for 3 years down the line, and it's going to be a part of their development program. I don't think he's a rotation player day one, but we'll see.
We like the two picks so far here on this set, Pop. We don't want to get popped. The Spurs still have one more selection if they don't trade it. 25.
Well, I love this pick.
You A++.
A++, Gary.
From Avery Johnson, the Spurs, like I said, have one more pick in the first round if they don't trade it. Much more ahead as we are across the 10 o'clock hour here on the East Coast as we settle in.
Do you want a sports network that delivers everything that matters about the game? The highlights, the picks, the instant analysis, no yelling, no fake debates, no politics. Hit the subscribe button and never miss a moment.